start streaming. Connect streaming. There we are. Now we're back. Sorry about that.
Off and running?
Yeah, for some reason it decided that it was going to disconnect us off, and so we've had to reconnect ourselves. So sorry about that for the pause in proceedings, but we're going to finish this one off for you all to see. Yeah, technology, OBS Studio kicked us off for some reason, and we were going great guns there. But we get this finished off for everyone to see.
Yeah, there's the carver. There we go.
Carver's back.
Carver's back.
There we are. That's how to clear the room. OBS Studio has decided. OBS Studio decided we've been streaming for long enough, so we just finish it off where we will drop the level down of that one as well, and then we got a bit of sanding work to do on everything, but we're nearly there in terms of finishing off our carving. There we are. Yeah, we were speaking as well about the carving. So what sort of carving have you yourself? What do you enjoy the most?
What do I enjoy the most? Just little figures of people.
Yeah.
And it can be anything.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like little fishermen, or little, you know, like I say, the Christmas things.
Yeah.
I started carving little Christmas ornaments for my Nan Preddy.
Yeah.
And she's since passed away last year, but I would love carving those for her. And then I would, you know, send them over. And then I started sending everybody else in the family little ornaments.
Fantastic.
And then I got to the point of, I forgot what I carved for them.
Yeah.
So they could have a couple of different Father Christmases. And then maybe a couple of little Christmas trees.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're fun.
It's always nice as well because it's that little bit more personal if you're making it yourself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully, yeah, hopefully all appreciate it because it's that. Oh, brilliant! Glad to hear it because it is that much more personal if you're making it all yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's nice because there's, you know, more and more we're living in a world where everything is sort of produced en masse, and unfortunately, then it loses that personal touch, doesn't it?
Yes.
We missed a question there. Was
well,
it a question?
I think the carver is saying characters, and the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Characters.
Brilliant. So are you touring all around Wales this time, or are you?
No, not really.
Mainly in and around Newport.
Mainly,
Monmouth.
You know, Monmouth. It was my brother's wedding, so took place Saturday, and that's over and done with. And
was it raining or was it sunny where you
nice.
Were? Good.
It was
glad to
warm.
hear it.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
And then I've, you know, been on the dipping my toes in the ocean.
Brilliant.
Yeah, in the water, and then I'll be back to Newport tomorrow, back to Monmouth, and then we see where I go from there.
Fantastic. And is this an area of Wales then you'd have been familiar with before, or?
I went to St. David's and, you know, places like that.
Yeah.
I've never been to Tenby.
Tenby's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I love those rocks and, you know,
yeah.
the little island out there.
Have you been to Caldy Island?
Yeah.
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 Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. It's a lovely area to live in.
The whole of Wales is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you've got a lot of contrast with it because the different areas of Wales, you know, North Wales, much more mountainous and rugged. So
yeah.
all the different areas have completely different looks to them. So what we've done with our dragon, we've taken all the layers down that we want to get. And then from here, to finish it off, we just add all the bits of detail. I don't know why I tend to always sort of do it in the same way starting off. I tend to start off with the face. So we do the mark out just like so. We then go and do the eye. And it's just adding little bits of detail to it, basically. It's a fantastic little carving to do. If you've never done a dragon, there you go.
I'll be doing one as soon as I get back.
So you were saying that is it like caricatures you do then, that sort of thing? Have you thought of coming up with a design of like a caricature of a dragon? You thought of doing anything like that? You could
what
paint
a great
it.
idea!
You could paint it and the red dragon, and I mean that would be really. I think that would be really quite unique, quite different.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I think I'd love to see that. I tell you what, if you do see that, you'll have to send us a.
Oh, I will.
If you have a go at that, send us a photo. I'd love to see
sure.
that. But yeah, I could see, and you were saying with it because you're working in the basswoods.
Yeah.
That one paints. It paints well, doesn't it?
It does paint well.
Like some of the other woods, not so clever when it comes to the painting, but the basswoods is a good one for painting your projects.
Oh yeah, and then you can antique it. It looks great.
Yeah. So let's have a little look. Now here, I'm in a way, for want of a better explanation, I'm making it up a bit as I go along because I've never done this style. So at the moment, I'm trying to straighten that up a bit. So I've never done normally because I'm doing it slightly differently. But that's the fun bit of the process, is sometimes you've got to figure it out as you...
Yeah, make it up as you go along.
Make it up as you're going along,
That's
spot
what
on.
I do all the time.
Yeah. As long as we got some sort of markings on there, hopefully it'll come together now. Yeah, I think that is. Let's have a little look. That one there, just to finish it off. It's just to add some sort of finish to the wings. And then afterwards, the hope is you add that shellac and it brings out the character of the carving. Have you worked with shellac before? Is that... Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Nice finish that you get with the shellac.
Makes it look real nice.
That's our preferred choice. There's the one we use is called Fiddy's shellac. Fiddy's shellac sanding seal. Yeah, in Cardiff, there's the Fiddy's factory. And I know there's a whole debate in terms of technically it's not a pure shellac and all this sort of, but it's basically a shellac style finish that we use. And I like this. It's quite a matte finish that it gives it, so it looks quite natural. Mm-hmm. As some of the other ones are a bit more glossy, which is nice as well. But it's my own preference is for that little bit more of a matte finish.
I prefer a matte finish.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make things shiny, but
yeah,
you know, I do prefer a matte finish.
When it comes to the painting, then are you hand painting, spray painting?
Hand painting.
Hand painting.
Yeah.
So that's a time-consuming process in itself.
Yeah,
then.
it is. You get the hairdryer out a lot.
Yeah.
But I paint canvases
anyway. Yeah. So
I do a lot of different art.
Right. And do you sell what you do? Do you display
Sometimes,
what you do? Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
Fantastic.
Sometimes I'll do things for, presents. I love painting and drawing.
Yeah, you'll have to get on YouTube. You'll have to
I will.
You'll have to share some of your work. You'll have to share some of your work, and then we'll have to do a weekly live stream. Di and Deb doing a live stream. There we are. No, it's good if you can. What I find as well with doing YouTube is that it pushes you to constantly create. And so it keeps your interest there because you're constantly thinking, what can I do that I haven't demonstrated before, or what can I do that I have demonstrated before, but it's a bit different.
Yeah.
It's a bit original.
A bit different.
That's right. How can I show it from a different perspective or something like that? Right, so we're getting into the latter stages of this carving. We just got a few scales.
It's looking great.
It's coming on, but I still don't think I found that happy medium in terms of I still think there's too much carving in it.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board, because that was the plan, was to make it. I think part of the problem is me, because you go back to type, and I'd rather do a little bit of extra carving and make it look the way I want it to look, as opposed to saying that's enough.
Yeah. Perfectionist.
You start thinking, it would look nice if I did that, and probably if I left all the scales off, it would have saved me quite a bit of time.
It would.
But it's difficult, isn't it? You start thinking, well, it would look nice if I did that, because even now I could leave it there, but I can't, because I'm going to do all of the claws as well, see? So unfortunately, it's just either you like that, or I can't leave it, see?
Yeah, can't leave it.
But I'm just thinking, well, it's only a couple of minutes to put those on there, and it would be nicer job for it. So let's have a little look. So, whoop. Yeah. Seconds out, gouge on the floor. Oh, you got him? Yeah. That's the old rugby comes into use to drag the ball back. Right, so all I'm going to do, just to finish it off, this will probably be where it goes wrong, because it's delicate for doing the claws. These ones are fine because you're working in the right direction with the grain, so you never really have a problem with those ones. These ones are usually fine because you're connected to the solid. Right. The ones where you're most likely to have something go wrong is one of these ones, where they're not connected to anything. They're ever so slightly delicate. So it's the top two on each of these. There we are. So that one there. And that one there. So these ones, so you can get through them more quickly because they're attached. That's why we do a lot of that. See, we leave a lot of the, as much as we can, we leave it attached to the solid.
Yeah, make it sturdy.
So it gives it that strength if you've got that surround around it. So you'll see things like dragons that people will do, and they'll leave them sort of loose without having that surround. But if you can give things a surround, it gives it extra protection. So reduces the chances of them getting broken. So we got that one there. And then we got, and the one that's most likely to go is actually that one there, because it's a bit too delicate. But I think we're going to be okay this time. And that one's at a better angle for the grain. Oh, and I tell you what I've missed. I've missed my little gouge to finish off doing the eye, just like so. There we are. And I'll turn it round in the vise. And that's what we've made today. Where's the other one gone that I was working on? The little house. There it is. There we are. So those are our carvings today. Thank you all for joining us. A special thank you to Deb.
Thank you.
Fantastic job. Thanks, Deb. It has been been great fun. Fantastic for you to be here with us and for sharing your own insights. There's too much carving in it. Said the wood. Shellac. Do you use blonde or dark? It's the blonde. It's the blonde one. It's basically in two parts, and you get the two separate parts, and it mixes up. No problem. Trying to place the accent of this guest. This is Aubrey. Aubrey's joining us now. Aubrey's a regular here. Aubrey's got Welsh heritage as well. Okay. And I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Aubrey, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. You're in Toronto, no? So Aubrey's joined us from Toronto. But trying to place the accents. The accent is from. So let me explain. There we are. Yeah. Share with Aubrey the insight. Okay. I grew up I grew up in a tiny village outside Monmouth called the Hendry. That's where the first Rolls-Royce engine was built. Oh, wow. And then in my early 20s, I think it was early 20s, I kind of took off and I went to the United States, and I've lived in
I have lived in Florida. I've lived in South Carolina, Hilton Head Island. The most part, though, I've spent in Texas. So that...
It's the strongest influence
Yes.
on the accent.
Name that tune, Texas.
Texas, there we are. So, so have you enjoyed living in the different places
Yes.
for different reasons?
Yes.
And, yeah, fantastic.
Yep.
Brilliant. Well, there we are. Well, a big thank you to Deb. It's been fantastic.
Thank you,
to
Di.
have
Thank you.
for our live stream here. Thank you all as well for joining us. We'll be back as always with more videos. Any questions or anything in the week, give us a shout, and we hope you all have a fantastic week. A good
Exactly,
mongrel accent.
mongrel.
And on that note, there we are. Thank you all again. All the best.